Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited today because finally I own a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. It is so surprising that as someone who loves to play with eyeshadow palettes and invest in slightly expensive eyeshadow palettes, if you will, I never ended up buying a Charlotte Tilbury one. I mean, I do have her Chameleon eye pencils, but that was it. And every year, basically, what used to happen was I used to end up spending all my money on Pat Mcgrath or Natasha Denona and never ended up prioritizing Charlotte Tilbury. So this year, I made it a point that I'm going to be investing in her brand and trying out the stuff that, vibes with me. So I was so excited when she released her Bejewelled Eyes to Hypnotise palette. This is part of her holiday release that she does every year. So I'm so excited to try this on and compare it with other palettes that I have and come up with some looks with it. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So the Bejewelled eyeshadow palette looks like this. It is so pretty. I mean, the silver foil look is just amazing and it has this spectacular foiled finish, but it's actually not that textured. It's super smooth, but it gives that impression that it's textured. I hate this maroon part here, but other than that, it's just lovely. And yeah, this is how it looks. Now, the palette looks like this. It's got these 12 shades. It retails for $75 and you get 12 shades. So that's around $8 per shade. And I feel like if you want to try her formula, this is a better product to buy because you get to try so many shades and they retail for $8 as opposed to her quads, which is I think $53, and that's around $12 or something, or more than that actually. So more than $12 per shade. So, and you get restricted when you are buying a certain quad. So I feel like if you want to try and you want variety, you probably are better off with some of these kind of palettes. So I really like this one. The palette looks like this and it's got these 4 sections with different kind of looks that you can create. So it's got these names: Happy Glow, Love Glow, Dream Glow, and Seduce Glow. So that's how they're arranged, and you could basically use these 3 to create an eye look. And it's just simplified for you, or you could just switch shades and create your own looks. So I'm going to be trying creating looks with the way it's organized, as well as create looks of my own, switching shades. So let's try this on. Now before that, let's try and swatch these. So I'm going to try the Happy Glow first and see the shades and then see how they compare with other palettes. So let's take the first one. I don't think it has a name. Yeah, I don't think it does. Wait. So yeah, actually it's classified as, there's a sheet here. So it's classified as prime, enhance, and smoke. So the first shade is always the prime shade, the second shade is the enhance shade, and the third one is the smoke shade. So let's take the first Happy Glow prime shade and swatch it. Ooh, these are super smooth and it's a lovely gold. I love this, and I think there might be something comparable in the bronze palette, so let's pick that one. So from the Natasha Denona, I think this silk shade probably comes close, so let's try this on. Yeah, I think they're pretty similar, actually probably exact replicas, and they feel super smooth, both of them. Like, you can't tell which one's what. I feel like the Natasha Denona one has a little bit more of a shine to it, but the Charlotte Tilbury one is right there. Like, it's a little bit less shiny, but I think it's a little bit more subtle comparatively. Lovely. The next shade is this matte shade, and it's the enhanced shade from the Happy Glow section, and it's a lovely muted orange terracotta kind of shade. And I think the first quad is pretty comparable to the bronze palette, so let's pick up something from here. I think this, and I have rearranged this palette, so I'm going to put the names down below, but the orange shade, I think either of these two, the light one, true, or the little bit darker one, these two might be comparable. So this is the relatively lighter one and this is the relatively darker one. I think this is more brown, but very similar. The next shade is this beautiful gold shade, and it's from the Happy Glow smoke section, and I want to swatch it somewhere here. Ooh. Oh my god, that is ridiculously shiny. Whoa, I love that. And it's got this very coppery gold feel to it. And I feel like, again, there's something comparable in the bronze palette. Let's see. I want to take this shade. This seems, and I don't know the name of this one, and I'm going to be putting that down below. So right, yeah, I think they are very, very similar. This is a little bit more yellow, but pretty similar, right? So the next three are from the Love Glow range. So this one is the prime shade, and it's this very pretty pinky shiny shade. I am so bad at describing things, but yeah, it's kind of pinky. I want to say rosy. I think that would be a better description. So I honestly don't think I have anything similar, but maybe this pink champagne shade from the Decadence palette comes close. Let's try this on. So this is definitely more pinky and this is more rosy coppery, but both are lovely. I love the shine on these. They're so creamy. Next one is this enhanced shade. Again, this is so soft and creamy. I'm loving the formula. Ooh. Wow. It's kind of this red coppery shade. I want to compare it with the bronze palette shade, so the red ones in this one, and I'm going to be taking the, again, I'll put the names down below, but the red coppery shade. That's how they compare. So this is definitely more pinky rosy red, yeah, and this is kind of more on the yellow deep warmer coppery side from the bronze palette. And the last one is this matte shade. Now I think this is pretty similar to what we have in the Decadence palette. Okay, that's a bad swatch. Taking the darker shade from the Decadence palette. That's this. So this is definitely more warmer brown. The Decadence one is more plummy. I'm just taking from the Natasha Denona the two dark brown shades. Let's see how they compare. Okay, so these are super brown. So this is somewhere in the middle, like more red terracotta matte shade. Next, I'm going to be trying the Dream Glow shades. And I've been most excited about these three shades because it has this interesting purple, and I don't know, I was just drawn to this palette because of this purple. So let's try these three shades on. So this is the prime shade, and it's this very nice icy shade. And this is the enhanced shade. Ooh, I love this bronzy shade. Whoa. And this is the beautiful smoky purple shade. Oh, I love this shade. I love this shade. It's so lovely. And I don't think I have anything, but let's see what I can find. Okay, so for the icy shade, I'm going to be taking this shade from the Biba palette, and it's called Monroe. And I mean, the light here is just making these shades shine even more. But I think this is pretty comparable. I think this one's, the Biba palette shade is a little bit more white and gold, and this one's pinky. So the next enhanced shade, I mean, it's such a unique shade, but I think it might be close to this shade from the Divine Rose 2 palette. I don't know, let's see. So let's swatch this. Right, I think this is very similar. I mean, the Charlotte Tilbury one is a tad more pink comparatively, but they are very similar bronzy shades. This last smoky purple shade, honestly, I don't have anything else but just to show you how different this is probably. I'm just taking this purple shade from the Mcgrath palette. I recently bought this and I haven't played with it, so I actually don't know how this purple shade also looks. So let's swatch this. Right, so this is very smoky and dark, and these are all, like all the purples that I have are very bright. So last but certainly not the least, this is the Seduce Glow 3 shades, and they are these lovely bronzy shades. And if you know me, I am someone who loves these dark bronzy shades, so I love this one as well. And this is the prime shade. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. The next one is this enhanced matte shade, and this is just fantastic. Oh my god, this is this lovely, not too warm and not too cool, fabulous matte shade, and it was just so easy to swipe and swatch. Wonderful. The last shade is this smoky bronze shade. Oh my god, I mean, this is so orgasmic to just swatch these shades. It's wonderful. I love it. Now, just to compare, I think there might be multiple palettes that might have comparables. I want to pick up the Natasha Denona ones here. So picking up this rustic shade from the Biba palette, I actually don't know whether it will compare with this one or this one. So let's see. I'm just gonna swatch it somewhere here. So I think this is similar but not the same. This is slightly more smoky, and this is like more golden bronze, and this is a lighter bronze. But I mean, of course, I'm nitpicking, and I'm just picking up the Divine Rose 1 palette and just picking up this shade and see how this compares. So yeah, again, bronzy but different bronzy. So I mean, maybe they look the same on the eyes, but when you swatch them, I think they're pretty different. What do you think? And just to compare the matte shade, I think this Divine Rose 1 matte shade might be comparable. So let's swatch it here. I think, no, I think this is very different and unique. This is slightly dark, actually a lot darker than this one. I'm loving this matte shade. Okay, so now I just can't wait any longer because this formula feels amazing and I absolutely have to put them on my eyes. So I'm going to be trying some looks now. So first, going in with this lovely matte shade with my Sonia G Crease 2 brush. I'm just going to apply it on my edges. Oh my god, they apply so well. And just to experiment a little bit, I'm going to go into this prime shade in the Love Glow range with my Smith brush and just apply this all over my lid. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing with these shades. I have no look in mind. I just want all these shades to be on my eyes as soon as possible. So that's what I'm going for. And actually, you know what? This is it. That's how probably I will wear it. Keep it very simple. And just to have a little bit more fun, I'm going to use this golden shade from the Happy Glow and apply it on the center. Oh, these apply so easily. I love this. I'm just taking a little bit of that prime shade and just applying it on my edges. And that's the gold look. Now on the other eye, I'm just going to go with this burgundy red shade and just apply this on my crease. And just blend it all out. I actually thought this would not, I mean, the way it's swatched, I wasn't sure if it would apply well, but it really does. I'm just wiping off my Smith brush because I really love this brush. I want to use this. It just applies metallic shades with so much ease that I enjoy using this brush. And I'm just going into this reddish shade from the Love Glow Enhance and apply this all over the lid. Ooh. Look at that. Kind of want to finish this with this dark shade on my edge as well. I mean, they are so pretty. They apply so easily. I am absolutely loving this. Now just taking, I mean, I guess I'm using this 3 shades and creating this eye look. So I'm going into this prime shade, the pinky shade, and just brightening up my eye and applying it on my lower lid as well. And going into this maroon shade, finishing this look on my lower eye as well, just doing the same thing basically. And then putting the rose gold shade in the center. Oh my god. I'm obsessed. So here is the finished look, and I actually have the Charlotte Tilbury mascara on. So I bought this teeny mascara this year, and I was actually filming me applying this mascara, but somehow I didn't press record, I guess, so I missed that. But it's an okay mascara, I would say. The wand is really weird. So there is nothing in the center and the comb is on the edges, and when I'm applying this, I tend to start applying the mascara with the flat side where there's nothing. So I guess you need a little bit of a practice to apply this or use this mascara. But other than that, I mean, if you get the hang of it, it did a pretty good job. I mean, it's no dark star mascara to be honest, but it's not that bad. What do you think? I mean, it has given me a little bit of volume and a little bit, I mean, definitely decent length, but not that much of volume. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm not too convinced to buy the big one. This is look number 1. It's this really soft gold look. I'm loving this. And this is look number 2. It's I think the Dream Glow one. So the next 2 looks, I'm going to be using these 3 shades and only these 3 shades because I just can't wait to see how they look on the entire lid. So I'm just taking this smoky purple shade with the same Smith brush and apply it all over the lid basically. Oh my god, this is just the most beautiful purple ever, and it's everything that I had imagined it to be when I was buying this palette. And it's just, I can smoke it out, I can just apply it all over the lid. Like, isn't this wonderful? I love smoky looks. I mean, I'm a sucker for these dark, grungy, bronzy looks anyways, and just doing this with the purple just makes it so much more fun. I love this. It's just blending in so easily. And actually, you know what? I just want to see how this compares with this weird shade in the bronze palette. I almost forgot about this. So, and the purple shade looks like this. I prefer this. This is wonderful. Resuming the eyeshadow game. How gorgeous is this purple? And just taking this light shade, the primer shade, and just applying it just in the corners and just blending it all out. And just taking that shiny primer shade and applying it on top as well. And just blending it all out so there are no harsh lines. And then taking this tighter brush, and this is the Esam brush, applying it on the lower lid. I do see there is some fallout. Maybe I'm just taking a little bit more than I am supposed to on my brush. And then just taking the primer shade and putting it in the inner corner as well. Taking care of that fallout. On the other eye, I just want to take this matte shade just for that transition. And then going into this enhanced shade from the Dream Glow section and applying this for now in the center. I want to see if I can play with some more shades for this eye look. Oh, I love this shade. It is very similar to the Divine Rose bronzy shade, I must say, and I actually love that shade, so that's why I love this one as well. And I kind of want to go with something golden, so I'll take this shade from the Happy Glow, the prime shade, and apply this towards the edges. just to brighten this up. And then just blending it all out. And I want to take this smoky purple shade. Well, yeah, I kind of want to play with other shades as well, but I'm inclined towards this purple one and just smoke it all out. I wasn't expecting this metallic shade to work as a smoky shade. I'm just noticing that there is no matte shade for this one. And this purple shade just works really well for smoking this whole thing out. Putting that shade back. Just go with a cleaner brush and just clean this up a little bit because it's a bit too much. And then just going with this coppery shade and applying this on my bottom lid. Now let me put some lashes and come back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I am absolutely living for this purple look. It is so pretty, and I was just you know, when I was applying my the lashes, I was noticing this purple. It is just the perfect amount of smoky, bright yet wearable. It is wonderful and it applied so amazingly. I love this purple shade. And even this side, I mean, it is such a lovely bronzy look. I am loving this. But obviously this look I can probably get with my other palettes, but this one is just super unique. So for the next look, I'm going to go into this, again, this light shade for a bit of transition. And this time I'm taking my Sigma brush. I want to see how it applies with some of my other brushes that are not that expensive, and just applying it on my crease. And then going into this red shade and applying this on my edges. I love how this blends. It's swatched weird, but it applies really well. Look at that. And then taking a shader brush, and this is the Esam brush, and going into this Seduce Glow shade, the primer one, and just applying this towards the center. Oh wow. It's this greeny bronzy shade. Blending this a little bit so there are no harsh lines. And then going into this bright golden shade from the Happy Glow section and applying this on my inner corners. Now doing the same on my lower lid, applying the red shade. It's kind of between red, brown, terracotta, something like that. It's not exactly super red though. And then going into this bronzy shade in the center and the golden shade towards the inner corner. And for a bit of highlight, I'll just take this Love Glow primer shade and apply this towards the brows. Now for the other eye, I'm going to go into this matte shade, and it's this lovely dark matte shade, and just apply this on my crease as well as towards the edges. And again using my Sigma brush. Oh wow. This is like nice and dark, but it's not that dark. I love this shade. This is perfect. And I don't see any fallout, so that's even better. Wow. This is stunning. I mean, I know matte shades are sometimes not appreciated as much as shimmers, but this is such a stunning matte. I love this. And then going into this dark, smoky, Seduce Glow bronzy shade and applying this all over the lid. I love these bronze shades. This is beautiful. This is like my favorite kind of bronze shade. Oh man. I live for such broad shades. I love, it's kind of similar to the Biba palette Rustic Bronze, and I love this. Oh wow. And the reason why I love these bronzes is because they're so effortless. You just apply this all over the lid and suddenly your eye just looks nice and glamorous, and it's just effortless. So that's the reason why I basically go for bronzes. And yeah, it's so stunning. Now, just to finish this look, I'll go into this shade right here, the primer shade from the Dream Glow section, and just to brighten this a little bit so it doesn't look that grungy. All of these shades go so well together. Applying this bronzy shade on my lower lid and the dark matte shade towards the edges. Now I'll just apply some lashes and come back. Alright, so this is the finished look. This is the bronzy side and this is the less smoky bronzy side, and I love these. And I actually loved all the looks that I created with this palette. I feel like this palette is just stunning and so worth the money. It is an amazing palette to try, the Charlotte Tilbury formula. The formula is just spectacular. It is so wearable. The shades are amazing. I love this purple shade. I mean, it's so unique. I have nothing like it, so I was just over the moon to have this shade. And even the other shades, they've got a little bit of the Natasha Denona Bronze and the Mcgrath Divine. So I love these shade selection, and you get such interesting bronzy, smoky, shiny holiday looks, and even otherwise like wearable looks. So absolutely love this, and I don't think you will be disappointed if you did go for this one. So definitely recommend this palette. And of course, it's a definite space saver as well. It's so sleek and I love the packaging. So it's overall a very, very good palette, and I absolutely love this. So on that note, I think it's time to call it a night. It's almost dinner time here, so I better get started for dinner. And let me know in the comment section down below which look was your favorite look and what you thought of this palette. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, and until the next time we meet, bye.